everyone, as always I've got Whiskey here trying to cuddle me. I honestly think that she thinks that when I'm talking to my camera that I'm talking to her, which is very, very sweet. Anyway, hello everyone. I have a few new subscribers here today, so if you are new here, welcome and thank you so much for coming on this journey with me. I took a a big step this week. Excuse me. Can I have that back, please? Whiskey. You saw how Whiskey was just then. Riley's just chilled. You saw how Whiskey wanted my attention, right? She didn't get it. So now she's just stolen one of Etta's toys and walked out the other room because she wants me to chase her so that I give her attention. Honestly, it's the same with my husband. And I have just had the most lovely weekend. Something you may or may not know about me is my family are my entire life, entire world. I'm probably too close to my family in that I would much rather hang out with them than any party or anything like that I've ever been invited to. I'd much rather be with my mum and dad, and that's beautiful. But also maybe it's held me back socially, I don't know, maybe not. I wouldn't change my upbringing and my kind of morals and my priorities, especially not at this point. Thank you, Whiskey. Anyway, I've had the most lovely weekend ever. So they've been down south this weekend staying with me for my dad's birthday. He's turned 65, which he keeps saying is he's so old, I'm so old. But I keep saying you're actually not very old. I feel like all my friends' parents are in their 70s. Like I keep saying, you're not old at all, you're only as old as you feel. And he said, well actually I still feel 21. And I'm like, well there you go, that's all that matters. But yeah, it was absolutely dreamy to have my mum and dad here. My husband Tom was in Portugal with his friends, so it worked out quite well in terms of there was space in this townhouse for my mum and dad to actually stay with us, which is always nice because previously they may have stayed at a hotel or whatever, so it was nice to have them here. And therefore my mum, for example, absolutely adores that first moment in the morning when you walk in to Etta's bedroom and she's all sleepy and she starts telling you about her night. She goes, that's Etta's language basically. And yeah, so that's absolutely dreamy. You pick her up and she's all warm and you give her first bottle of the day. So whenever mum is here to stay, I think that's probably her favourite part of the day. My dad just absolutely loves having breakfast with Etta and scrambled eggs and toast and things like that. And we just relaxed really. And we obviously celebrated Dad's birthday. We did cake and we just kind of wandered around. We stayed local. We went to the park. We went to the Bell at Sapperton, which is a really gorgeous pub locally. It's actually Tom's favourite pub, but my dad had never been, so we took him, and I think it's probably his favourite now too. If you're ever in the area, the Bell at Sapperton, so beautiful. My parents ended up getting me a couple new things, even though it was Dad's birthday. I felt quite guilty. I was like, I don't deserve this. Anyway, so now they've gone home, the week has begun, and I'm gonna do things a little bit backwards today. And that is I'm going to kind of show you kind of the montage with the music and the snapshots of the weekend with mum and dad now. Normally I talk to you before we're doing what we're doing and then I'll show you as and when it happens. I kind of just grabbed my camera at the weekend and just started filming. So I hope that's okay and not too confusing. Effectively, this is Tess from the future and you're now going to see Tess from the past. So that's a fun little spin on today's video. And Tess from the past is going to take you on a little journey. That is last weekend, and you will see lots of cake, you will see lots of spaniels, you will see lots of love. I hope you enjoy. I will see you on the flip side. Oh, and I completely forgot to say, I also had my first stab at making, completely from scratch, a cottage pie. I'm so proud of myself. Whenever you do something like that, I feel like it gives you such a specific fulfillment. Something about cooking, I don't know. So yeah, I did the mash, I did the seasoning, the whole blammin' thing from top to bottom. And you know what? Do you want to know what? It was blummin' delicious. I go as far to say, for me, it was probably my favourite cottage pie ever. And I know how arrogant that sounds, but I loved it because I honestly think that these days we add so much extra condiments to food when actually the natural taste of carrots or potato or mince is flavoursome enough before you even need to add anything. I probably sound quite strange, but I genuinely think just next time you're cooking, just hold fire. the extra salt and the extra condiments and your ketchup and your horseradish or whatever's your go-to, and just enjoy the flavours for what they are. Honestly, I went vegan for about a year. No, that's actually a lie. I went vegan for probably about 2 months when I was 21. I'm now 30 and a half. And I loved it purely because it kind of stripped back my way of cooking and my way of eating. And I just learned to appreciate like the vegetable. I learned to appreciate like vegetables for what they are and how they actually taste. And it really opened my eyes in that way. And although I do love meat, I do also just love a plain old bowl of peas, you know? Like one of my favourite things ever, this is gonna sound bizarre, and maybe this is a condiment, is cheese a condiment? I don't know. One of my favourite things ever is literally a bowl of chickpeas. Put them in the microwave, make them all lovely and warm, then put some grated cheese on. I don't know what it is, but for me, it tastes like cake. And I love cake, like actual unhealthy chocolate cake. But this has got like that, oh my goodness. This has just got that like buttery, flavoursome, if you can believe it, ultra flavour, satisfying taste to it. Anyway, I clearly just jumped on here to digress and faff, so back to the video. everybody. It is a new day, despite me having the exact same top on as my intro. And by the way, this is from Skims. I'm currently having a Skims moment. This is just a little like sweatshirt. Clearly it's for the gym. Have not been to the gym since 2023. Little kind of sweater here. But yes, I basically just wanted to jump on. As I said, it's a new day. Etta had a high temperature yesterday / last night. I think it was teething. She's fine. She seems absolutely fine today. Obviously, I'm taking her temperature every minute that she will allow me to. Girls, please stop. Riley is the full-on protector of this household. Like, she takes that on like a champ. So I have to sometimes tell her, like, it's fine. Shh, thank you. Shh, it's all good. We're not being invaded. Hopefully. I'm just currently watching her on the camera. So if you see me glancing down at my phone, I'm not being rude to you. I'm just simply checking that my girl is drifting off to sleep in a lovely, lovely way. The reason why I've jumped on now is because I'm so excited to show you guys kind of a couple things that I do that elevate the day-to-day, right? And romanticize your life. Like, I say that as if it's like a cheesy thing to say, but no. Romanticizing your life is something that I live for and live by every single day, all day. I will do whatever I can to romanticize my life. I got it from Lydia's channel, and I think her and I have very similar mindsets when it comes to this kind of thing. I honestly think, personally, no one else's words but mine, I think the key to happiness, and I know how naive that statement sounds from a 30-year-old, but I honestly think the key to happiness is in the mundane. I think it is falling in love with 10 things a day, whether it's the sound coming through your bedroom window of the birds first thing in the morning, or how beautiful the clouds look surrounding the beaming sun, or how incredible your dinner tasted, or if you pick up a hot chocolate at a new cafe, that it was incredible and that the person at the till gave you the biggest smile and asked you how your day was, or a lovely cuddle that you had with your dog before you left the house, or with your husband, I should probably be saying. Or if it's how cozy your bed sheets felt last night. For some specific reason, they felt extra cozy that night. Or a new pair of pajamas that you've put on. Or your skin just felt very hydrated that morning. I don't know what yours might be, but I'm telling you the secret to happiness is in the mundane. Those days that you think are just completely normal and maybe a bit boring and just something you've got to do, you've got to get up, you've got to go to work. It is a million of those moments per day that you can turn from normal to special. I honestly think you have the power to do that. It's a mindset. I'm sure someone might see this and think, oh, it's easy for you to say, I've got X and Y going on, or I've just had this really bad news, or whatever it may be. But trust me, my life is not perfect, nor has it ever have been. I always think, okay, we're going through a really good stretch, and then boom, you know, you get a few knocks. So I'm not saying this from a naive point of view, saying that, oh, life is lovely all the time. No, I make a concerted effort to make sure every day feels romantic, feels like a movie. Ever since I decided to live that way about 3 years ago, it's changed my life. It's changed my mental health. It's changed my aura. It's changed the way I sleep at night. It's changed absolutely everything. So I honestly do think it's the remedy for anyone who's feeling like they're waiting for something, or like they haven't reached the best part of life yet, or when this happens or when that happens, then I'll be happy. Or when I finally buy a house, then I'll light this candle. When my skin's perfect, then I'll use this cream or this moisturizer or this concealer. When my hair's looking good that day, that's when I'll wear that hair clip or that bow around it, or whatever it may be. Do it now. Tomorrow morning, wake up, and I know how silly it might sound. I know how silly it might seem to go up to the mirror and pretend you're in a movie. But honestly, just give it a go. Just try, and I'm very sure you will come back to me saying, do you know what, Tess? It worked. I woke up, I pretended I was Cameron Diaz in The Holiday. I went through my day, I smiled at the postman, I asked how the lady was at Cafe Nero and gave her the biggest smile, or I told someone their outfit was pretty, and it made my entire aura elevate, and I felt incredible the entire day, and then I had the best night's sleep because I went to bed smiling. I don't know, give it a go. Here I am bringing you a couple of ways you can romanticize your life, and we are starting from the kitchen, because I think first thing in the morning, when you make yourself a coffee or a cup of tea and you go and get the milk out the fridge, you know, that is something you can romanticize. I'm going to show you how. I bought these Kilner bottles from Amazon, and all I do is decant my milk from the big plastic bottle into these beautiful Kilner glass bottles. Something about pouring milk from one of these just elevates my entire experience when I'm making a cup of tea. Like, honestly, truly. Another added bonus, which is not the reason why I did this, but it is an added bonus nonetheless, is if you've got a small fridge like mine, you know when you open like a big bottle of milk, obviously we all learn the hard way that you can't then put it on its side on one of the shelves if you don't have any standing space available. You'll have a little milk pool in the bottom of your fridge. So when it's in these, and obviously you just pop this down, then you can comfortably put it on its side if you have shelves in your fridge as opposed to standing space. So that's just a little added bonus for you. I actually don't have that much milk left. Tom is going to pick some up on his way home kindly. I have a little bit left and I'm going to show you what I do. Now, I used to do this with an actual funnel so that I didn't have any spillage. But I actually had about 4 funnels, all different shapes and sizes. And during the house move, they got lost. I think maybe someone thought they were for the bin. I don't know. So I literally just...
2,000 years later.
I literally held my breath that whole time. That was very silly. But yes, I only have enough milk for 1/2 of a jar. But honestly, do you not think that's like 10 million times more aesthetic? Trust me, getting this out and pouring it in your cup of tea, I mean, that does absolutely nothing for me. This, pouring this into your tea, makes me feel gorge. Another thing is, I don't know if you're aware, I wasn't, I only learned recently, that when you have fruit and veg in plastic bags as they come from the supermarket, it actually creates more moisture on the produce and then therefore makes it go out of date a lot faster. So to keep it fresher and also more aesthetic, I get these from Amazon. I think you get like 50 for £5. And obviously that's not a cost that you have to do. You can just leave your vegetables in the plastic bags that they come in. But like I just said, they're going to go out of date a lot quicker, whereas if it's in here, then it oxidizes the fruit and veg, therefore it absorbs moisture and keeps it fresher for longer. So yeah, there is method in this madness. Just as an example, I love celery myself, but more importantly, I actually use this as treats for the dogs. Celery, for example, cleans their teeth. So lovely, lovely snack, and I give them a lot. There you go. Good girl. They love it. So for example, celery, we're going to bag it up. We've got it out the plastic and now we're going to put it in the bag and then just back in the fridge. But so much more aesthetic in your fridge. Let me just check on Etta. It's so warm in her room already. It's quite nerve-wracking. Her room gets very hot. I mean, we're moving anyway, but her heart rate's a little bit high. Anyway, just keep a firm eye on her as I do always. Another item is this from Dunelm. I absolutely love this thing. It's a really, really great size. I have 2 of them, although I actually don't know where one of them is. Classic me. But yeah, Dunelm, I think they were literally like £4 or something like that. These are just great for everything and anything that's kind of like lingering, whether it's cheese, pate, such a random thing to have in your fridge, but I do love the smoked salmon pate from Dalesford, or a packet of butter or whatever. Super easy, super lovely, super aesthetic. And then last but not least, I got these from Dunelm this week and I'm so obsessed with them already. And this is exactly the kind of thing I've been looking for. So effectively it is a crate, but obviously it's glass. Well, not obviously, you can't feel it, but it's glass. So it's a nice, beautiful ceramic glass crate. And I have 3 sizes. So that's large, medium, beautiful cream colour. It's like a vanilla colour. And this is like a chocolate colour. And then I've got a little sage green colour. This is a mini one. And once again, to prolong the life of our fruit and veg, take them out of this plastic and I'm going to give them a little rinse and then I'm going to pour them into here. So now I only have 4 eggs left. I would actually probably put the berries in this one. In fact, I will right now. I'm going to wash the actual ceramic glass crates as well because I've only just got them. But look how perfect that is. Like, that is so beautiful. Am I right? Like, so gorgeous. So that's going to go straight into the fridge, out of plastic. So much better, so much more beautiful, and such a nicer experience when I'm making kind of like fruit and yogurt for me and Etta. Getting my fruit out of these from the fridge rather than plastic, it just makes me feel like I'm in a Nancy Meyers movie. I'm going to give them a proper wash now and put in the fridge properly. And it's also a very good salad bowl, to be honest with you. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed these little kind of tips to romanticize your life. Another thing is, yes, they say you should listen to the news and the radio. However, having the news on first thing in the morning is setting a precedent for your day. Having the news on right before bed, I always know, growing up, my dad always watched the news before bed, and I was always baffled by it, because then he would be tutting on his way up to bed, being like, oh, we're in such a state, this country, oh, this world, oh my goodness, you need to be careful in this world, it's a dangerous place, or whatever. And I'm like, no, obviously get your knowledge wherever you want to get it from. But in my personal opinion, another way that I romanticize every day is I genuinely do have Nancy Meyers movies, soundtracks on the whole entire time. Today I had It's Complicated. I don't know if you've seen that Nancy Meyers movie, but it's amazing. So I have that one on most of the time. The Holiday I have on kind of from September till probably February. My husband makes fun of me if I have it on in summer, which I did last year. But yeah, there's loads of beautiful, beautiful soundtracks. And also there's a playlist on Spotify, which I adore, called Cottage in the English Countryside. I don't know who created it, but for me, it's like that person who created it is my soulmate. So I can highly recommend that playlist as well, just to have on in the house whilst you're pouring your milk from your glass kiln jar, making your cup of tea, whilst you're having your berries out of something glorious instead of plastic. And yeah, I guarantee you it will change your entire outlook on the day if you make 10 little changes such as these. Anyway, I'm going to leave this video there. I've really, really loved this video. I think I've shared a lot more of my personal life, my family. I've shown a bit more of Etta. I guess I'm kind of feeling like opening up more, which is lovely. And I'm really, really loving YouTube. If you've enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.